Good morning, I'm Omar Surla of OPS Plant Shop. Today I'm going to show you how to make a bonsai, which is called, the classification is called rock clasping or root over rock. The materials needed for this plant are, normally we use ficuses here in the Philippines, basically we have a lot of different ficuses here in the Philippines. I think we have about 87 species of ficuses. But the ficus that I'm going to use as my material is a ficus just coming from an ornamental garden. You could buy this material at any ornamental garden here in the Pampanga or elsewhere in the Philippines. Okay? And this plant has been with me for the past 6 months. Now, what are the materials needed for this? We need, of course, the rock, because it's the mere fact that the classification is rock clasping. You need the rock. Then you also need the tools, the normal tools for bonsai. You got a knob cutter, a cutter, and my wire cutter. Then we also be needing a pot. This is going to be the training pot for this plant. Okay. We are also going to use carpet moss. A carpet moss is like this. You could get this from the acacia tree here in Clark. There are ways on how to do this. You just have to put the plant on the rack first. You have to attach it properly. Then some people would just cover this with soil until such time that the root system goes down and reach the soil. Okay, in my case I would just be using moss to cover the root system and for it to go down. It is of paramount consideration that when you make a root over rock bonsai, you have to look at the rock itself, okay? And you have to make sure that it stands on its own. There. Now what do you do with the roots? Do you see the roots? Now you have to attach it to the rock. Then you have to put wires. I'd like to introduce my assistant, Dandy, please. Wow. Tali-tali na kanya na tali-tali na hanggang While my assistant is doing this, I'd like to show you some of the finished products of this kind. Okay? Later on, you will see some of the finished products that we have here displayed at this area. This area is the satellite office of the municipality of Mabalacat. It is located here in Clark at the parade ground. One of the best materials for this kind of design is the red ficus. It's like the maples of Japan. Every time that the leaves renew their foliage, you will see that the leaves turn into red, like the maple of Japan during the autumn. In our case, you just have to remove the leaves, the old leaves. Then when you remove the old leaves, new growth would grow from the branches and it would be red. The rock that I've used for this bonsai also came from Bicol. It's called the volcanic rock, and the color is natural red. And nowadays, these materials could be found anywhere here, especially here in Pampanga. They have a lot of materials like this now. Okay, after putting the plant on the rock and making sure that the root system goes to the curved line of the rock, you need to put the moss. In order for the root system not to dry up, so that the root would go down on the ground until it reaches the ground. Okay, this would take a couple of months before it's going to go down, and the plant would grow. So during my first episode, I told my audience not to lose hope and patience in doing this this bonsai, because it requires a lot of patience on the part of a bonsai artist to create one. Okay, see, now it's covered with moss, and this moss is easily available here in Clark, and I buy it from the Katutubos, 400 per sack. Then after putting the moss, I'm going to put it on a pot. You see that the pot is very large. It is not compatible with the rock, because I need to put more soil on these pots for the plant to be more vigorous in growing. The soil that I use is 1/3 sand, of course, 1/3 compost, and 1/3 topsoil. Here. I'm going to fill up this pot with soil before I place the rock. After filling half of the container with soil, you put the rock, and then you fill it up again with soil. Make sure that the rock doesn't move when you put it on the pot, and make sure that you also tamper the soil so that the rock won't go out of position. Okay, this is the finished product of the design of rock clasping or root over rock. Okay, in 1 year's time, the plant would grow much thicker, and you would be able to wear out the branch. You could design it the way you want it to be designed, okay? And here's the finished product. Notice that there's some roots here coming out, then goes down. Now, this is what they call root over rock, a bonsai root over rock, or rock clasping. Okay, now we're in front of the Mabalacat satellite office here at Clark, the parade ground. And I'd just like to thank my friend, the tourism officer of Mabalacat, Mr. Guy Hilbero. Sir, thank you so much for giving us this place for us to do the workshop. And next episode, we are going to do it in front of your office. That's all right, sir?
You're most welcome.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay.